When a killer vlogs his murder by the channel Explore With Us.
Alright, so how do you feel, Kayleen?
That's his daughter.
That's a good question.
We haven't done the part that I'm not looking forward to.
Is this the guy vlogging?
My husband's great. He really is. He's
so
very,
like he kills his family,
respectful
maybe?
to me.
Maybe.
I mean, he spoils me. He takes care of me.
I'm
So it's like he's a good guy, I guess.
Well, or at least came off that way.
Yeah.
I don't even question it anymore. At this point, I don't know what's going to happen.
What?
I may get caught right away. I mean, I could basically be dead in 2 weeks, or...
What, did he make himself
I don't know.
a bunker to hide
It's all
in?
in the chance at this
Maybe.
point.
Hey guys.
Yeah.
Nice, look at all that smoke. Oh my gosh.
Though his family didn't yet know it, something was off with Peter Keller.
Guess
What
so.
follows is found footage that just might be some
I
of the
think I
most
remember this
disturbing
name.
recordings ever filmed. Documented like a YouTube video, the video diaries Peter created provide a rare glimpse into the mind of a killer.
This had to be
And
like
document how something that may have begun
like
as an
20
innocent
kids
hobby
looking at the video
ultimately
clock.
Yeah,
manifested as unbelievable cruelty.
Think about stuff. Think about... How did I get so...
Well, you should
He
have
knows
The
it.
majority of the
Right.
following footage has
Have a
never
problem,
been
bro.
seen before. It has been analyzed by a licensed professional counselor.
Okay. Looks like everything's working. Just checking the camera out. Since this is the first time watching myself, I hate watching myself. So,
Don't look
man,
at the
that's
camera
way
then,
other
bro.
people see me.
Right.
So it's gonna take some getting used to. Not used to talking into a camera.
It feels awkward at first when you first
Yeah, it
start
does.
doing it.
Here you can look at the trail. There's not much of a trail. I try to keep it as hidden as I can, so other people will stay off of it. Which
Oh,
has
so you put
worked
like a
so
bunch of like
far.
dirt and sticks and trees on it.
Pretty
Yeah.
far out, so
That's his, but you can see the door. I can see it.
nobody's been up here yet. I usually come up with between a 30 and 40 pound pack. Every time I bring a load of something up, actually starting to get a lot up here. Try to make it as easy as I can during the transition time. So far I've got a bed, blow-up bed, mattress, blankets and pillows.
So
and
he was like
clothes
crazy
and
preparing for this.
stuff
Yeah.
to keep me comfortable.
So what?
I wonder what
So-
caused him to start
They
this.
go off the deep
See
end.
how
Yeah.
long
I'm
I
definitely
last doing
interested about
this.
it.
I don't know.
Just what exactly Peter was doing in North Bend, Washington isn't yet clear. It's incredibly rare to have self-recorded footage of a killer, and is especially interesting in this case because the scope of Peter's chilling plans could hardly be imagined.
So I guess he must build like a small bunker or something like that.
Well, I mean, from the little clips we saw before,
Yeah.
that's what it looks like. So does he? I
Do-
can't tell. Does he think that there's something horrible going to happen, so he's making a bunker for his family to go into, and then they die? Or is he making a bunker because he's planning to kill them and then go hide?
That's what I think. I think he's gonna take
Yeah.
his family out and then he's gonna
But it's like,
like
what
put
caused
him in that
this?
bunker.
Not true.
Yeah, but the crazy thing about it is, like how the pictures looked like it was like almost professionally done. Well, not like really super professionally done.
bunker, you mean?
Yeah, but it
Yeah.
took a lot of work to do all that.
It was a long time of work. I guarantee it took a while.
Conversations he has with the camera.
Basically, come up here on the weekends or on a Friday, weekday, whenever the weather permits, or depending on what I'm doing, at least once a week. And I tend to stay up here for about, with travel time, probably around 9 hours a day
Damn, 9 hours a day. Well, I guess
each time, which is a long time.
He works this whole
When
time
he
to get it
wasn't
ready.
traversing the
Yeah.
wilderness with his camera and dog,
And he brought his dog
41-year-old Peter was also a father and a husband.
man,
Hey, Dad.
41. He must have been stressing. He look older than that.
I think it's the balding that doesn't help.
You can still be
He and
bald,
his
still look
wife
young.
Annette had an
My
18-year-old
man
daughter
look-
named Kayleen,
must be like 50
and the
one.
three appeared to be a normal, happy family.
Look like his daughter's graduation.
Yeah, you're right. It does look like graduation.
I just do a lot of videotape, and then I just cut all the junk out.
that
However,
out.
Peter's mysterious project
Well,
in
if
the
they
woods would
died
eventually take a terrible
recently
toll
after.
on his day-to-day life.
Kayleen Keller.
So how do you feel, Kayleen?
No more high school, yay!
Feel different?
No, you
No.
how you gonna feel like you graduated, but like.
You got a new life ahead of you. No more freaking school. Well, high school.
Well, let's go
Yeah, I was
college.
gonna say.
Yeah, let's go to
It's like,
college.
well, high school.
Yeah. You got till tomorrow to get your stuff out of the house. So.
No.
Hey, you 18? Time to
Yeah,
go.
that's basically
Time to
different.
go.
Forever.
Kayleen graduated high school just a few months after her father started recording his video diaries and was on track to start at Bellevue College in the fall. In addition to her interest in environmental preservation and gaming technology, she also appears to have shared her father's interest in
Yeah,
cameras.
Yeah, because
That's
she did
like
some
the
hobby of
footage, yeah.
videotaping
That's probably
as
later.
well.
That's probably like mid 2000s.
Yeah, the TV.
Yeah, look at the
Me
TV.
sold me on eBay.
I remember those bogey TVs.
But just some weird angles.
Come on, go.
Lynette also sometimes used the camera to film videos she uploaded to YouTube.
Oh.
Hi everyone. My little puppy's looking outside. Okay, I got a lot of stuff to show you guys.
So she
that I'm
uploads stuff to
in my
YouTube.
store. I'm so
I would
excited.
say this might be 2008, 9.
Yeah, I could see
And I have
that.
so
Because
much
the
fun
TVs,
making
we still
these
had the old
cute
TVs
little
around
Yeah.
then.
in here.
But I want to first show you, look at Dino. He just got a haircut a couple days ago. My husband was like, he's looking too scruffy.
I am a very shy person, and doing these videos really helps me open myself, because I figured if somebody doesn't want to watch it, then don't watch it. I'm not forcing
Yeah,
them to.
you eventually get
So
the
these
confidence
videos
to
really
talk in
help,
front of the
and
camera,
Yeah.
and like you stop
While
caring.
Peter
You
worked to
stop caring about
refurbish
what people think
computers,
about you.
Lynette struggled
Because you're
with
gonna have some
medical
haters, you're gonna have
issues,
some people who's gonna
and
give
as a
you good
result,
advice, you're gonna have
wasn't
some
able to work full
constructive
time.
criticism.
My husband, a few months ago, went out and bought me this big recliner for my back, and I'm just now starting to use it. He's so happy. Usually I just sit on
Well,
that.
you can tell she's getting better. Her confidence is getting better, and
Yeah.
you know,
He's here. He's supporting me. He takes care of me. Even though I can't go back to work and I'm home in pain all the time.
oh gosh,
Yeah, they said she had medical issues.
It's my dream come true.
She made and sold custom paper flowers and shared her
So,
scrapbooking
at least she's
hobby
trying
in
to do
local
stuff,
fairs
you know
what I
to
mean?
bolster the family's income.
Right.
Oh my
She's
gosh,
just not sitting
I'm
around,
so
you know?
excited. Pretty much, this is my anniversary present. I'm so thankful that my husband was able to give me that so I could stock up on supplies for me. And I also got some stuff for you guys too. Even my husband was looking at this and was just like, oh my gosh, look at the detail.
From an outside perspective, it appeared that although the family faced challenges, they were sticking together and making things work. But as later
But
events
outside,
would
you
reveal,
never know, right?
all
Yeah, never
wasn't
know what's
going
going on,
as
yeah.
well
Must
as it
not have
appeared.
been.
Yeah, you can watch me open this thing. This thing's always so heavy. But,
How did he get that thing
works
installed if
good.
it's so heavy? Like,
This
how do you get it
impressive
up there?
structure,
Look at the
affectionately
tools.
nicknamed Camp Keller, was what kept Peter occupied in the woods for so long. Disguised as part of the hillside, the only thing that might give its presence away is a temporary tarp
Oh,
stretched
yeah.
over
Yeah.
a part of the roof. But Peter took care
well,
to
where he was
conceal
at
that with
in the
brush.
woods, I don't know.
This
It's,
is
it's
something I
probably not
wanted
too many people that hike up there. That's how
Probably
it's
not.
like.
It's probably
yeah.
a remote area.
Yeah.
to make a home underground somewhere, deciding if I live around people.
Oh,
One of
he
my
wanted to
projects
do that.
today is
Yeah,
to
so
take all
yeah.
this wood that I've cut up recently and stack it up, pull it down. So if somebody stumbles out here,
I kind of wonder was he some sort of like,
not as noticeable.
construction worker or
Yeah, that's a good
Yeah.
question. Like, he obviously has some knowledge in this stuff.
yeah, building stuff.
He said he builds computers, but
I've spent a lot of money on this so far.
I bet you have.
$1,000.
Thousands more on guns,
Oh my,
Oh my
gosh.
gosh, bruh.
other stuff, other hardware I'm gonna need.
Here's my question: is he gonna like
Everything I can think of.
stockpile this with food then?
The
Like, how are you
bunker
gonna
was
live
a
in
shocking
this?
feat of engineering, considering
just
all
hunt?
of Peter's supplies were either gathered
Maybe
from
hunt.
the
I
forest
don't know.
around
Yeah, you
him
can hunt out there,
or
I guess.
carried in from his house,
Yeah.
which was about an hour's hike away.
Hours hike.
This is kind of an outside look. My wood pile on this side.
Huh. Right by that waterfall. Which could be smart because you have a running water
In
source.
addition to
Yeah.
the
But also you
tools and
can't hear people
materials he
coming.
needed to build the bunker, Peter carried a significant amount of food, drinks,
Okay,
and
so he
creature
did have
comforts
food.
into the camp.
And all the vodka.
He brought
A lot of
enough to
vodka.
set up a kitchenette, complete with an emergency vodka stash. The entire complex was powered with a generator,
Oh, he
which
had a
Peter
generator?
somehow managed to bring up the mountain.
Yeah, right?
Yeah,
An
he
hour's
Then went out of
hike.
his way to engineer a wood-burning stove made out of an inverted metal garbage can. He
Interesting.
rigged a chimney to funnel the smoke up and out of the residence. This smoke would ultimately provide a valuable clue
I
as
was
to
going
the
to
camp's
say,
location.
it would also
Yeah.
give it away.
Other highlights of Peter's stash include multiple 5-gallon
would have to, like,
buckets,
cook at night,
which could not have
you know?
been
Yeah,
easy
when
to
no one
move,
could see.
heavy-duty chains, and a hacksaw. But as impressive as the wilderness construction may be, the question remains as to why Peter built it in the first place.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
Well,
what started
I just
all
feel
this?
He might have a brief idea. He's going to do
Getting-
something.
Yeah.
Try to get away with it. Well,
Every time, financially, my wife is just gonna suck all the money out that I have.
And I'm so excited because I can actually afford these deals. My husband, he gave me some money to go in here, so I'm like so excited.
but
All right, I'm getting
he really
ready to
despises you.
move
Yeah.
some teams in.
I mean, it's not her fault if she's got
Yeah,
some
it's
health
pretty
problems,
heavy. Yeah,
but then
yeah,
also,
medical
like,
issues.
don't
With
just
water,
give her,
which makes them very
like,
heavy.
talk about it
Makes
with her, you
real-
know?
Yeah, at least she's trying to do something,
Yeah.
like sell stuff. It's not like she just laying around not doing it.
Yeah.
Let's see. I met him when I was in high school, but
So
I
high
just,
school
wasn't
sweetheart.
interested. And then
Yeah,
I
sounds
met
like
him
it, kinda.
again. And he was so sweet, became like best friends.
Oh, so
he
after high
said one of
school.
these days he wanted to get married and have kids. And he asked me what I wanted. And I said, I don't ever want to get married. So then my sister, we were getting along at the time, she really liked him. And she said, well, you got to just, you're going to regret it if you don't. So I was like, okay.
And he's got, like, a pulley system for this heavy log. That's smart.
I'm sure she regretted it now.
Well, now that she's not here, she doesn't know.
Then 3 months later, he started talking to me about marriage. And I was like, dude, I told you I don't want to get married. Stop pressuring me. We've only officially been together for 3 months.
Yeah, that's cool.
Actually, it started within a month. And
Dang.
You got some people
stop.
that like to get married really quickly.
Yeah, but
So
still.
for you
finally-
young, I mean, it's
Yeah.
totally different versus like you older, like
Yes,
you do like
we
in your
were.
30s and 40s.
I was like, of course I'll marry you. And I grabbed the ring
Ah.
and put it on my finger. I was just so excited.
She said she never want to get married, and after 3 months, she said yes.
Yeah.
It's quite a switch.
That's my story of my husband, who is my husband, who's the love of my life.
At this point, I don't know what's going to happen.
Oh.
I may get caught right away. I mean, I could basically be dead in 2 weeks, or
He says
3
it's
weeks, I
so
don't know.
unemotional.
It's all up
Yeah.
to chance at this point.
It's like
So,
he really don't care if
No.
that happens, but at the
I
same
don't
time
think
he's
anyone
building a
knows where
bunker,
I'm
so
at.
he somewhat cares. He want to get away with it.
Right.
if they put it together, who knows? At this point, I have to
I
take
wonder
that
if
chance.
everything in life is just compounded
So,
on top of him at this
it's
point,
gonna
and
be
he's
a-
just kind of like, this is his way of giving
Breaking
up.
point, yeah.
You know, go as far as I can. I do have my escape, and that's death. And I'm
See,
okay
yeah,
with that.
That's the only way he felt like
So-
he's going to
Right.
escape.
I'm getting to the point where
Craziness.
just trying to live and pay bills and live as a civilian and go to work.
He's a great guy. He stuck around with me. I'm, some guys are kind of leave when you get that, it's part of your vows. But anyways, I don't want to get on
It's
to
a bit
that.
off work.
It just freaks
Huh.
me out. It's actually more comfortable for me to think about living out here.
Oh, he's gonna just plan to
robbing
just rob
banks,
things?
Pharmacies, just taking what I want for as long as I can.
Okay.
At least it'll be exciting. Won't be boring. And I don't have to worry about Lynette or Kayleen.
My God. So yeah, he definitely having
So
a
he
breaking
just feels
point.
too much
So,
pressure.
Yeah, too much pressure. Probably taking care of his wife, his financials, the everyday world. So
It's like he literally just wants to get rid of all of his responsibilities,
yeah,
hide in the woods, and then just steal what he needs.
yeah. That's
That's basically what he wants.
Hey, that's how some people are. What? Not to this degree, but they feel like the world's crashing down on them, and they just want to just escape it.
I
you
think
know?
that a lot of people feel these pressures in our society, but not commonly do they get to this point.
Well, yeah, not to this extreme.
Right, that's
now
the-
you have
the
some
thing.
people who reach this extreme level.
Yeah,
and they
absolutely.
just break. But yeah,
I mean, if he could have, sought some help, then things might have been different.
Yeah, it
too.
probably could have helped him. Probably. I mean, who knows?
Everything will be taken care of. It'll just be me.
Peter's complaints are all too common, but could indicate the presence of major depressive disorder.
Yeah.
That is true.
Additionally, Peter is doing a lot of fidgeting in this video, signifying that despite what he's saying out loud,
he doesn't really feel that
his
way.
thoughts might be giving him a lot of anxiety. Perhaps this stems from the fact that, as some of Peter's cryptic comments hint, there's a much darker aspect to his fantasy than he lets on.
I wanted to get a video log in, because we haven't done part that I'm not looking forward to. I'm getting pretty close to that time. I'm guessing probably a couple months away, maybe 3. So yeah, I know I can, once I do this, I could either die, then maybe something will happen, or a few days or weeks, or maybe even years.
It's just so scary because you just never know what's going on in someone's head.
No, you never know.
No, not fully.
That's the other hard part. It's either to not care about dying and to still care about the project.
Peter's comment
pretty
that he
much
wants to
go
survive
to, like,
for
make
10
this project.
years
That's
out
what's
in the
keeping
woods
going right now.
complicates an already strange situation even
it does.
further. He isn't just aiming to leave his day-to-day life and job behind. There are Lynette and Kayleen to think about, and so far, he hasn't shown any interest of bringing them along on his
No, it
adventure.
doesn't sound like it, right? It's just him.
Okay. Oh my goodness. You are so sweet, you guys. Sorry I'm whispering. My husband's sleeping and our little doggy's sleeping with him. Last time I was doing a video, I was talking too loud and he woke up and came out here.
Part of me has a hard time even imagining doing what I'm going to do, but as I think about it, I always come up to the same conclusion every time. I'm starting to get more okay with it.
Jeez. Yeah, I can't understand
Other
how you can be
times
okay
I
with
feel
it.
like I'm more than ready. I've tried to make it in this world, and it just isn't happening. I'm 40 now, and I am running out of time.
Running out of time for what?
I don't even question it
I
anymore.
mean, like crisis.
It just seems like everything makes so much sense now. Just the more I've thought about it.
Sounds like he's talked
more I
himself into it
understand
more
it.
than anything.
Yeah.
I don't really feel bad about it. It's just the way it is. Certain things happen that cause this to happen. So, just kind of accepted it and just rolling with it. Well, this is it. Home sweet home. Got the lantern going so you can see a little bit, not a lot.
It's true. It's gonna always be dark in there.
Yeah, he gonna need light source.
It's the right thing. And
Really? You think this is the right thing?
These statements, though shocking, actually align with the earlier theory that Peter was suffering from a serious depressive disorder.
as I do this for hour upon hour, it's like I just sit there.
I kind of wonder how long it took him to deal with that. Like, for like.
It had to have taken
like
months.
How did I get so f***ed up?
And he said he's getting close, like 3 months away, and look at how much of it's already done. So
Well, it happened right before his daughter went to like college.
So it
Yeah,
sounded
so
like
it could have been like
I
3
think
months.
it's all
for
my
him.
fault. I think it's more upbringing.
he's bringing it on his upbringing.
Yeah, so his parents and stuff. He said he had a
think so.
crappy
I
parent.
was just too ugly. Nobody cared.
Peter's recollection
It's one of those things like nobody
feeling
cared about
off
his
also
feelings and what he was
supports the
going through.
depression
Right.
theory,
Taking care of his
as
family.
it's common
Yeah.
for symptoms to emerge during adolescence. Additionally, it's known that individuals with unresolved trauma can become stuck developmentally. This could very possibly be what happened to Peter, as he previously mentioned that he'd wanted to build
to
a
say he
camp
said he
like
wanted to
this
do
since
this
he was a teen.
for a long
Yeah.
time.
If he
so it
became
makes you wonder,
emotionally
yeah.
stuck at that point in his life, It could explain his apparent resentment for his family, along with the continued desire to depart from society.
Yeah,
Like some kind of
basically
trauma he
last
never
year
dealt
has
with.
been really tough on me. Been coming to terms, realizing just how pathetic I am.
What?
And there's just no hope. But it's tough. Wasn't interested in anything anymore. Okay.
That definitely
Motivate
sounds like
myself.
depression.
Yep.
All I did was work on this. This is the only thing that can make me feel better. But I think I've come to terms with it.
He has to keep saying that over and over and over.
Starting to feel better now. Not quite sure why exactly. If it's just that I'm getting this further along.
Just imagine like coming out here building this bunker and then go back home and act like everything's normal
Right.
with your parent, with
Come to
your
terms
wife and
with
I
daughter.
can't imagine that at all now.
what I am.
But
my
this stuff is pretty much just destroying them in the inside.
And kind of working through it. You know, I've tried. I always keep going back to the same person I am. I guess it's also because I don't have anything. I never did. No money. My looks are horrible.
My husband actually gave
Damn.
me some money, and I was going to go out and
He
buy
said
some of these.
He said, "My looks are horrible." Look, man,
This is 2 days before he did it.
is in the eyes of the beholder, man.
It absolutely is.
You know,
yeah.
yeah.
Everybody feels
And
differently.
you married, why?
Right. I was
your
gonna
wife loves
say it is unfortunate that he still feels that way because he's married and has
A daughter.
a daughter, and they're both attractive women.
Yeah,
So it's like
beautiful. It's
he
like he had a beautiful
feels that way
family.
about himself, but
you.
I
Yeah.
don't know.
Oh my gosh. So awesome. Sorry, I'm trying not to get too excited because my husband's going to be like, what are you doing?
No personality.
He thinks he has no personality.
I mean, I'm okay with it.
No,
But you're not.
You're
That's
not.
what- yeah, exactly.
Now, very clearly, this is the only thing I have.
So interesting.
It's just a single pic, but you know, we all add single pic. Sorry, my dog's being crazy. My husband's probably chasing him around the living room. I know, my husband spoils me. He hates seeing me in pain, so tonight he came home and he gave me another $20 because he knows I'm going to the doctor's tomorrow and he wants me to stop.
Well,
at
she
my
clearly
house
loves her
and get some
husband.
more stuff.
You know what I'm saying? He's doing a lot of.
She feels like he really takes care of her.
Yeah.
2 weeks before.
But that's what she's doing on camera, though. Like,
That's
so we
true.
don't know if they have
Yeah.
like fights
gonna
and
be my
arguments and
last
stuff outside
video.
of this.
Probably before
Oh dang.
till after that. That's terrible.
I wanted to give some items for my mom and some other items, but I just want to show you this. Psst, Dino. Sorry, my husband's home. Dino.
Well, it's about 2 weeks before I finally drop out of society and start this project.
He knows when he's doing it.
He definitely wanted this to
Sorry.
get found. So why would you vlog
The
about
cute
it?
little puppy, right? So these are the items that are in there now. They're hard plastic stuff.
Well, it's about 2 weeks before we finally drop out of society, fully commit to this.
So you just automatically saying we.
Probably
Like,
gonna be my last video
wife,
until
daughter.
after that.
Definitely going to take them out.
Here we can see
like
that
you ain't
Peter
giving them no
actually does
choice.
retakes instead of being fully candid, like other videos suggest. This, along with the comments he's made about his appearance, seem to indicate that Peter cares deeply about how people view him.
Yeah,
he
The
does.
for
retake
sure.
suggests he's purposely curating how he appears to anyone who views these tapes. He wants to make the best possible impression.
It's like,
Again,
but
this
why?
could tie back to major depressive disorder and childhood trauma. Teenagers often act as though they have what's known as an invisible audience. The idea that people are watching them all the time and judging their looks and actions. From what we
Interesting.
see in the videos, Peter seems to still be acting like this at age 41. This type of behavior can also be found in individuals with narcissistic tendencies. The question of Peter's intentions would be one of the first mysteries police faced when they became involved in the situation on April 22nd, 2012.
So you go to 2012.
It was a quiet day in the mobile home park where the Keller family lived when, seemingly out of nowhere, several neighbors heard what they believed to be an explosion. When they saw
Dang.
flames coming out of the windows of the
He just,
Keller
like,
home,
blew it
the
up?
neighbors summoned the fire department. Firefighters swarmed the home, climbing on top of it, even as the blaze ate through the roof. They had no idea just how seriously they were risking their lives until later.
Damn.
Once the fire was doused and investigators entered the residence, they discovered Peter Keller was nowhere to be found. Iwu spoke with Cindy West,
So
a
he grew up
retired
his
police
family?
sergeant who worked on the
Yeah.
Keller case,
That was
in
his
an
plan all along,
exclusive
for sure.
interview.
I was actually the public information officer, and I think it was a weekend, because I was actually heading out of town, and I got the phone call, so I turned around, came back into town, and arrived up there in North Bend, and then the investigation started there, and as the investigation went on, it just snowballed from what the heck happened to, wow, this is bigger than I think anybody thought at the start.
It's like, okay, so why would you blow up your family and then bring all the attention to yourself? You'd think, like, if you're going to take out
Like,
your
do it
family...
quietly, you mean?
Huh?
You mean do it quietly?
Yeah, why you don't just do it quietly, without nobody knowing? And then, like, a couple weeks go by, and then people family members just start calling,
Yeah.
start, like, worse.
I mean, I guess that would be a better strategy if you were trying to get away far, but he
I
didn't
guess.
have to go
I guess,
far,
yeah, he
maybe.
wasn't trying to get away too far.
But then also, he clearly wasn't thinking clearly.
A public information officer handles all inquiries about an active case, providing private citizens as well as the media with information that's been approved for release. As such, Cindy was intimately familiar with the inner workings of the Keller case. The day of the fire, tracking down Peter became the police's highest priority. In just a few hours, they located his vehicle parked downtown. The keys were left inside, but there was no evidence as to where he might have gone. When they entered his workplace to ask where Peter might be, all his co-workers could offer was that Peter had already left for the day, and had stated that he might be back tomorrow, next week, or possibly never.
What? They
He
said
said that?
never?
That Peter had recently withdrawn $6,200 from the family bank account.
Probably all he had left.
Yeah.
Everything suggested that Peter was either in danger, running, or both. For
It's
now,
true.
police had no
Like,
idea.
at that point, they could wonder if somebody else did this and took him, kind of thing.
Yeah, that's true. Because
they don't know anything.
He'd be missing. Yeah,
Yeah.
he'll still be the prime suspect.
You're right.
Because
they
where
said,
is he?
running or is he just in danger?
Yeah.
That's the question.
Lucky when searching Peter's home and unearthed a hard drive containing Peter's video diaries. Combined with what else was
dang.
discovered in the residence, the investigation went from serious to downright bone-chilling.
I wonder if he thought all that would get blown
Well,
up.
before,
Probably.
a while ago, I used to sit here and think, this whole thing is just crazy
It is
at times,
crazy.
and then I think about it, and it would make sense, and it's like, okay, this is what I got to do.
Peter's decisiveness in this clip, paired with the horrific details of what police had found in the remains of his home, would likely be shocking to even the most seasoned law enforcement official. They were at a complete loss when it came to explaining how and why this had
Right.
happened. Only time would reveal the haunting truth. When it came to the video entries, they supplied more than just a record of Peter's thoughts. As it turned out, other entries in the
It
video
definitely helped him
diary
probably
and the
find where he
accompanying
was,
photographs
obviously.
would become the key to tracking
Yeah.
Peter. Retired Sergeant Cindy West was able to share the creative technique the police ended up using.
They had photographs that Keller had taken on the mountainside as he's constructing this bunker. From nothing's there to a little bit more to a little bit more. In
Yeah,
one of the
sodas and
photos,
everything.
you
Yeah,
can
right.
see
He's literally
I couldn't
right
see it.
above
It looked like
that?
a power line in the distance toward which would be North Bend, the city. You can barely see this power line and something else. Again, I didn't think it was a power line. But our detective Mike Mellis says, I think that's a power line. I think that down there is probably the city. And then according to these other photos, there's a couple streams nearby. So he does a lot of investigation and says, well, it's got to be in one of these 2 points then. And I'm like, I don't know how he came up with that, but he was exactly right.
Damn.
Combined
Dang.
with reports of Peter's
I can't
truck
believe he
being
was, like,
regularly
that
parked at a
close.
specific
Yeah.
trailhead. This was enough information for police to start canvassing the area to search for Camp Keller.
Maybe
It
it's not
took
as close
6
as it
days,
appears, but still.
eventually they succeeded. The smoke visible in this footage came from Peter's makeshift chimney
Cooking.
and was
Yep.
instrumental in leading the police to Camp Keller.
Which, like you said, you should do that at night,
Rushing
right?
in and
Yeah.
Like if
making
you
an
know you're
arrest
gonna need to
wasn't
cook,
going
cook
to
at
be an
night and save it
option.
for the next day.
They had no idea how many people might be inside or what their intentions were. Remember, Peter had been stockpiling weapons and ammunition at home. And thanks to his videos, which were discovered when police reviewed the recordings that were not destroyed in the house fire, they knew he likely had firearms at his camp. Little did they know what else they would uncover.
Uh-oh.
They also knew that there was a chance they could be dealing with a hostage situation. A direct approach could endanger Peter's life if he was being held captive, or spook him if he had hostages of his own.
Yeah.
They needed to make whoever was inside come to them.
You guys on a number 3 side, can you get to that window and break it out or throw a gas in there?
Brian, there looks like a slot or a window that's propped
It's
open.
crazy they can see all of
In the
that.
back.
Yeah.
It's directly towards the dirt wall, but I couldn't see it. He's got something over it. Maybe you guys can throw a log through it or something.
But if we throw a number 2 in that ditch, it should cycle right up into the tarp, should push it right into the structure.
That's exactly what they decide to do. The response team keeps the bunker surrounded in the hopes that the gas canister will drive those inside out of the bunker and straight to the waiting forces. But after about 10 minutes, nothing has changed.
Yeah, it's dissipating finally. The first one you sent in is dissipating. You want me to throw a 98 under the window, the open window where we first gasped?
Yeah, if you can do it from your position.
With the gas canisters having no effect, the team is forced to reconsider their
Did
tactics.
he hear him coming, I wonder, and take himself out?
Maybe.
Gas isn't going to work. We may have the command post try and locate like a wildlands fire pump and hose that can pump a large volume of water into this place, Brick.
I bet that's right. I bet he might have taken
I
himself
think we could
out.
probably utilize this creek. We just need enough hose and a pumping station to get it, up to where we want it.
We've got new photos showing this bunker may have multiple levels.
What? Really?
Well,
Copy.
This
crazy.
information actually came
Well,
from
we know he
Peter
had one level,
directly,
but
and the
multiple
self-recorded videos that they found
Oh.
in his burned-out house.
Well, this is the end of the day. I'm getting wrapped up, getting ready to leave. I don't know if you can see me, but kind of one last look at everything. That's my fireplace, wood stove, whatever.
So was he gonna like never come out?
Dark.
Well, I mean, he said he was gonna rob, like, banks and stuff, so... But don't you think everyone would be looking for you?
Yeah.
Like, it'd be...
Not think-
you'd have to,
yeah,
like, crazy
think-
disguise yourself to not be seen.
thinking clearly.
Yeah, that's true. Obviously not thinking clearly. Oh, there's, like, stairs. Huh.
This is where most of my supplies are.
I mean, living down there by yourself, it'll probably make you even more mentally insane.
You would think. But it seems like this is what he wanted,
well
or at least what he
stocked up.
thinks he wanted.
My window.
Got a
Wow.
window,
Dang, he built a window into it.
Looking down on the wood stove.
Oh yeah, he is up higher. Okay, interesting.
And that pretty much wraps it up for the day.
Finally, police resorted to throwing a grenade towards the bunker.
Dang.
It was.
When even an
had a
actual
recording.
explosion failed to get results, police knew that they would have to be the ones to approach. After a full day of besieging the bunker, they decided to break through the roof.
Wonder why they
You
felt
might
was the
be
best
wondering
approach.
why a house fire investigation demanded such an extensive response. As a matter of fact, it didn't. After assessing the situation, investigators concluded that they were dealing with arson, but that would all change when they made their way into the home and stumbled
Dude was
upon a
smart. Well, he
disturbing
wasn't thinking
discovery.
of doing it
Bodies.
anyway. To do
It
that,
wasn't
like
a
to blow up
subtle
his family's
attempt
house.
either.
It's like, bro, you
The
just put all
remains
that
of a red
attention to
gas
yourself.
can were
Like,
found melted onto the stove, where it had been placed in a skillet to heat up until it ignited. Police found several other gas cans throughout the residence, boxes of ammunition, and a homemade explosive device.
Dang.
Investigators could only assume it was meant to be triggered by the fire in order to destroy the house and everything inside.
Yeah, see, he was hoping his videos would be destroyed
just a few moments later. It could have gone off while they were on the roof, potentially costing them their lives.
With the explosion, I don't think
this evidence was meant to be destroyed in the fire.
Like he expected any of the stuff in there would survive.
But those items were hardly the most shocking thing they discovered. There were 2 bodies in the bedroom of the Keller home, untouched by the fire. Tragically, the bodies were identified to be those of Lynette and Kayleen Keller. They had both been shot in the head.
Oh, man.
Nice. Nice, look at all that smoke. Oh my gosh.
Okay, make sure you don't touch this.
Okay.
It seems that what Peter's video diaries have been hinting at the entire time was killing his own family.
That's so sad.
Part of me.
Well, you should have just got divorced, man.
Has a hard
If you want to
time
be with
even
a divorce,
imagining
separated
what I'm
from
going
him.
to do.
It just goes
Truly,
to
And
you
as
know.
I think about it, I always come
about
up to
your
the
whole
same
family.
conclusion.
It sucks, yeah.
Every time. I'm starting to get more okay with it.
Retired Sergeant Cindy West was once again willing to share her thoughts on the tragedy.
I don't think either of them knew it was coming. Again, based
Didn't
on the
seem like it.
conversations
No,
that
it didn't seem
we
like
had
it.
with
Yeah.
I'm sure they
friends
didn't know.
of both of them, it sounded like he was a loving, great husband.
Like he hit it all really
so
well.
I think they were both blindsided by it,
He
and
definitely had a lot of demons in him.
you know,
Yeah.
I don't know. This case just racks my brain. There's no way it's ever going to resolve in my brain because you just think, why? Not only did he kill his wife and his daughter, but based on the friends and neighbors, he had this dog that went everywhere with him, hiking or apparently to go build a bunker, you know, for all these years. And he killed the dog
he
too.
did?
He was afraid that the dog would give him away in the bunker, and so he killed the dog too.
Dang.
Again, there's no explanation. I mean, I get that he obviously had some sort of mental illness.
Yeah, he did.
Dipstick wasn't hitting the oil with him, but it just makes you shake your head. I've seen a lot of stuff in my career, a lot of bad things. You just shake your head about, you know, sometimes when things happen. But this case really, really got to me.
Cindy shared with us
Yeah, it
what
just don't make
happened
sense.
when police finally made entry into Camp Keller.
Yeah.
And what they find inside the bunker is even more shocking
That's what I
than
don't know. Like,
anyone
what
expected.
is he in there? Is he dead?
When our TAC 30, aka SWAT guys, discover the bunker, of course they surround it, make sure everybody's safe, let everybody know what's going on before they hail to him saying, hey, you know, come on out with your hands up, yada yada, all that. And it was just a short time after they initially tried to make contact with him that they heard a pop. So they didn't know, did he have an accidental discharge? Was it something else? They didn't know.
When the walls of Camp Keller were finally breached, police discovered that Peter had stayed true to his word and ended his life when faced with capture. Soon after the police surrounded his stronghold.
All of that work and all
Perhaps
this stuff,
this was
and then
Peter's
that's.
only intention
I mean, you
all
should have
along.
known this is what was going to
He wanted
happen.
to achieve this teenage fantasy of living out underground in the woods before he died. But he had no end game other than his own death.
Right, you could have like just went out there and made you a bunker.
Was significant.
You know, without going through all this,
do to somebody
without
else,
being so crazy and taking out your family, you could have just done it, made your own bunker.
Right. Then what's he going to do to somebody else? But I think there was a sense of relief that it was over, that he had been not apprehended, but that he was finished with his crime spree, that nobody else got hurt. There was so much potential for injuries to citizens and all the officers involved.
Yeah, I mean, he could have gone off the deep end and like
Gone and been like
a
to
like
King
a
County
massive
Department of
shooter or
Natural
something, you know.
Resources,
So thankfully,
who eventually destroyed
wasn't that,
the
I
bunker.
guess?
Peter's cash hoard was donated to a memorial scholarship established in memory of Lynette and Kayleen.
The guy definitely went off the deep end.
Yeah, and there's a term for this. I think it's specifically like when husbands, like, you know, you hear these cases when they kill their family and then kill themselves.
Yeah.
This is a little different, but I don't remember what it's called. But there is like a term for that.